Come on over.
Come on over to Zoom. We're going to shut down here on Instagram. And we'll see you over there on Zoom. Life is good. Life is good. Come on. Come over to Zoom.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. I'm still talking to the people.
Kimberly, Matt. How you doing, guys?
All right. Bye, guys.
Patrick, Victor, Shauna, Joel, Julian. How you guys doing? Nice to see you all. Katie, Gina, Kevin, Lauren.
Is that
Von Lewis.
Oh, is that Von Lewis?
That's Von Lewis. I like that.
Dude.
Name. That's a cool name.
Bro.
Von Lewis.
Nice. Welcome, Von Lewis.
I hope he's a singer or something. I'm going to imagine.
How about Nick Skidmore?
Skidmore? No.
Yeah.
Where?
Right down there at the bottom.
Nick Skidmore?
He's got a dog. He looks pretty yoked out, so
Oh,
I wouldn't really like fuck with him. Don't be like
No.
talking
Just
any
the last name,
ish.
Skidmore. I mean, I could do a few things with that.
You could?
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
All right.
Because Nick's bigger than me.
I can't tell if we're like if we've completely lost the crowd or what's happening.
Well, there's 40 people.
Somebody's yawning up
41.
there. I don't know if is that good or bad.
Is that someone's back?
Joel,
That's his
what's
front.
going on,
He's holding
Joel?
the phone down. We're looking up through his mouth.
626-22.
Yeah, good numbers, Joel.
You're coming up. Not too long, man.
Jesus.
My sobriety date is just right before yours. I'm 6'9".
Hi, Mandy. Hi, Jeff O'Neill.
Oh,
Kat.
guys, we have to. Hi, guys. We have to finish. We have to like crazy glue our things on.
Oh yeah, I know. That's okay. Anyways.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Oh, Coach Kristen.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, with your 18 days.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it that they're letting you come to this meeting.
Yeah.
We don't always let our clients come to this meeting. We probably should, huh?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I've asked them, and none of them want to join.
Oh. Well,
Hi, Mackenzie, House President.
Buying my...
That looked like a friend of mine, Harrington, but that's not your last name.
Oh, cool. Chuck Wynn.
No.
what do you say?
He says buying my ticket to get out there.
Oh, when?
Like-
For what dates?
We'll
have to like actually.
We haven't done this or said this in a while, but guys, anytime any of you all want to come out here and visit and do a podcast, we would love to have you out here. We love this meeting. We love everybody that attends this meeting. Like this is the one meeting I look forward to.
Oh, I agree. I'll tell you something. It's gonna be tough for Julian if he comes. He's gonna have to bring his bed.
Julian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he laying in bed right now?
I don't know. But
It's only 6 o'clock here, Julian. Like we haven't even eaten dinner yet.
no. Not gonna eat with
Yeah. Well, guys, let's get this party started.
Yeah.
Heard enough of us. Number one, I want to just a special shout out to Natalie, Eva Marie, and the NEM Recovery Centers because
Huge.
she has been working her tail off, and I actually had to call her back.
Yeah.
Because she was about to bone out from the meeting
And work.
and I was like, well, this I mean,
This is work.
not really. This meeting not work.
No, it's
But-
not.
But it is. It's like it's.
This is our thing.
Yeah. So. Oh, sorry.
And so yeah, she's been working hard. And I just wanted to let her know and let y'all know that I'm proud of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shane never says he's proud of people because he doesn't like it when they say it to him.
Yeah.
But-
I got a thing about that. I don't know why.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we'll get this party started right
Thank
now.
you.
Just
Can we find out why? Like, I'd like to. I mean, we got some new people in here. Maybe why you started the podcast? What
That's
you know
yep.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
So we did start the podcast because on 9/11 of 2022, I lost my son-in-law Justin to the fentanyl crisis. We call it
One pill.
Fentanyl poisoning. One pill.
One pill.
Yeah, one pill can kill.
Yeah.
And through that tragedy, birthed this podcast, which has been, to be honest with you guys, of all the things that I've done in my life, and I'm proud of a lot of the things. I'm proud of my treatment centers. I'm proud of a lot of things, but what is happening here, I am over the top. Like
Totally.
it overwhelms me at times when I think about the people that I've gotten to meet, the DMs that we get of
Yeah.
people who literally are just saying like, I stayed sober today, binge
Totally.
watching podcast
Yeah.
episodes, which is kind of cool because my doing the actual treatment centers, that's like my job, but to be able to watch people get sober for free,
It's kind of the passion.
it's the
If
passion.
you want to call it that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But without a tragedy and you having it on your heart to do something about it, or with that, you would have never created the Hopeaholics, which then to me would have never brought me into the doors
world.
of the
Yeah,
Infinity
never.
group, or being a part of,
That's
or
true.
meeting you guys, and then really stepping into what I feel I was like almost destined to now, looking back at like the kind of progression of my life, of like how things kind of transpired.
Mhm.
It was like all gearing me up for this very moment that I'm now currently in.
Wow.
So
And she's been tearing up a lot, you guys. Tears of joy,
Yeah.
tears
Passion.
of passion.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to watch, man. It's a beautiful thing to watch people's dreams come true. It's a beautiful thing to watch people go after their dreams. Yeah, man. A couple of things that I want to, that we don't often do announcements, but I did start a podcast with my daughter. Episode 2 will drop like tomorrow. It's really a beautiful thing. I mean, to be honest with you guys, the reason why my daughter and I are doing this podcast together, it's called Spit and Image, is because both of us are addicts, and she watched my addiction unfold in front of her, and I watched her addiction unfold, and then unfortunately she's the one that found the love of her life dead from fentanyl poisoning. And there's a lot of healing going on between her and I, which is something that I hope other people can see, because if any of you have ever gone through anything like that, to be able to watch this, and we just wanted to show the world that, like,
it's possible.
it's possible. It's possible to get sober. It's possible to heal. And we've been through some shit together, her stealing drugs to, her finding me on the stairs thinking I was dead. So
It's beautiful.
yeah,
That's the whole, like, it just is another testament of
The power.
hope,
Yeah.
which is really like what this really kind of, was created for, is to give people that little glimmer. That's all it is.
And then we have the Patreon, guys.
Yeah.
Our new Patreon. So go check that out. It's just like stuff that we literally can't say on regular social media. Some of it's funny, some of it's deep, some of it's Shane's antics, and some of it's like real stuff, because there's certain things that we're actually not allowed to say on YouTube or Instagram, Meta. So
Yeah.
we put it on Patreon. We try to keep the.
Meeting is being recorded.
Apparently, the meeting's being recorded.
Oh God, wait,
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's what it was.
wait, how do I do it?
Just
Help. Thank you.
And Natalie's in the house.
I'm back. Sorry.
All right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's it. It's like a cup of coffee, guys. Don't drink your Starbucks today, because every single dollar of the proceeds goes to get another person into treatment. So
Oh, for the Patreon?
yeah,
Yeah.
Patreon, we don't really, we don't take any of the money because we have.
Oh wait,
other
can I say
jobs.
something too?
Yes, please.
I just want to express massive gratitude, obviously, to the team, of course, to bringing me in and making something really happen, because as we all know, I do believe in teamwork makes the dream work, and there's no way, and if I didn't have God or the team, that I would be like living what I think that I was made to be doing. And then all of you, like all of your guys' DMs and messages is...
She's crying again, guys. It's beautiful.
It's just really awesome. So I want to thank everybody that like reaches out in your comments and stuff, because that's what it's about. So I don't know why I get emotional when I talk about it, but I just wanted to say thank you, because like this is what it's about. Like, this is the little community that we're building, and that's why, even though like it is through tragedy, that's something not only will Justin never be forgotten, because that is always on, heavy on. If that didn't happen, like, would I even be in the position that I am in, where I feel incredibly fulfilled? So I'm just incredibly grateful for everybody, and thankful too, because Lord knows they had to be patient with me, trying to teach me everything too. So that's it. So I would just really appreciate every single one of you guys, and the messages, and then of course the leadership here and bringing me on board. So that's it.
And with no further ado,
Yes.
we have an amazing speaker tonight. His name's Marco.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking down at his big book,
Yeah.
and it is a
It's
real
deal.
I mean,
It's
that's
the
the
real
biggest
deal.
one I've seen.
Marco's the real deal.
and that's what she said.
Oh,
So Marco,
Natalie made it funny.
Thank you.
Marco, you're up. Grab your mic and grab it. Bring it close to your. There we go. Perfect, Marco.
What's up, family? My name is Marco. I'm a grateful recovered heroin addict. First and foremost, I want to thank my creator. I have a God-given sobriety date in March 28, 2019, and 2,154 days of continuous sobriety.
Is that a boy?
5 years, 10 months, and 21 days. And I don't say that to impress anybody, but it impresses the shit out of me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is my second sobriety date, and man, you know, I'm truly blessed. You know, thank you guys for inviting me to come share my experience, strength, and hope. And I'm taught to share what I was like, what happened for me, and you know, what I'm like today. And you know, for me, what happened is that I was suffering from alcoholism and addiction, and I had no clue. You know, I started at a young age. I was 10 years old when I first, you know, got a taste of alcohol and drugs, and it did what it was supposed to, you know. You know, I know today that I suffer from a threefold illness, and it's a progressive illness. You know, I have an obsession of my mind. This progressive illness is centered in my mind and my thinking. I have an allergic reaction to my body that when I take any alcohol or mind-altering substance, it kicks off this phenomenon of craving that's unlimited to a person like me, you know. And on top of that, you know, I suffer from a spiritual malady, and you know, man, you know, I'm just gonna identify. You know, I don't like talking too much of what it was like, because next thing you know, I'm gonna want to use and drink again, and that's where my mind takes me. And you know, I grew up, you know, loving family. You know, I have a brother 3 years younger. You know, my mom and my dad, I'm clear today, did their best. You know, Filipino family, grew up in a Mexican neighborhood, and you know, but from a young age, you know, I always had this feeling of separation, you know, and you know, for me, I've learned that that's the spirituality part, you know. Smart kid, you know, and I don't know why, you know, bear with me, you know, I always pray before I speak, and you know, I never know where it's gonna go, you know. And you know, I remember a smart kid, you know, and you know, I showed my dad my my report card, and he was proud of me. He had gave me a watch and a necklace, and all I could hear from that conversation was, well, you know, your cousin got straight A pluses, and you know, that was my first resentment that I can think of, you know. And you know, at that point, you know, I blocked myself from, you know, being able to learn, you know, in school. You know what I mean? Because at that moment, I felt like I wasn't enough. So, you know, what the hell was school anyways? And you know, at this point, you know, I really felt apart from my age group. And you know, I remember seeing a bunch of guys across the street hanging out, you know, just smoking, drinking, you know, doing whatever they want. And you know, to me, that seemed like freedom. You know, and you know, I was born you know, raised Catholic, you know, my mom's mom. So, it's not a religious program, this 12-step process, but it is a spiritual one. And, I'll get to that, So growing up as a kid, my ideas of the God word was a punishing God, a jealous God. Mm-hmm. And, you have thoughts you're going to hell. And, that scared me as a kid. Mm-hmm. Really scared the heck out of me. And, I remember thinking way out, from a young age. And, today I'm clear that, my parents were my first sponsors, and they were actually trying to teach me values and morals, and, how to live life, when I get older. And, today I could be grateful for all my teachers, I remember the first resentment I got towards God was I was about 6, 7 years old. My little cousin got run over, coming from the ice cream truck. And I was like, man, how could you let this happen to, such a young kid? And first resentment at God, right? And the next year, my grandma, I really miss her. She showed me unconditional love, and she got cancer in the house. And I remember helping my mom take care of her, watch her through the whole process, and she passed away in the house. And once again, I'm mad at God. And like I said, I have a younger brother that's 3 years younger. Thank God he doesn't suffer from the same thing I do. My dad was a smart man. He's a civil engineer, and he grew up in the Philippines. He told me as a kid he was in World War II. Hiding in the jungles, and he studied 10 years in college in order for him to even get here. And my mom was an Army brat, and there's a lot of history that I wasn't aware about until I was able to make amends this time around. And stuff keeps getting revealed to me. And it for me, it's like I'm in a part of my emotional sobriety. For years and years and years, I bottled down all these emotions, like with drugs and alcohol, behaviors, and because what I thought you guys think of me, and how I never felt like good enough. And alcohol and drugs, I like the effects produced by it. It gives me a false sense of pride. It gives me the the ego that I need, and man, it through my drinking and using career, man, it does get worse, never better. And I don't know, man. At age 10, I finally walked up to those guys, and my dad taught me values, how to earn money, do chores, and give us allowance. And my first job was a paper route, and I remember I did it for like 2 weeks, but they fired me because I broke too many windows. And back in 1988, $50 was a lot of money. And they finally accepted me. And some beers and some weed later, I came to that evening, and I remember getting up. I was right next to a barbecue pit. I remember it as clear as day. And I finally felt like I arrived. I was a part of. And I wanted nothing but to keep hanging out with these guys. And I ended up joining a gang. And it just got worse, never better. I stopped focusing on school, and I started doing what gang members do. And 14 years old, I got shot in the head by a drive-by, and after the surgery, I had a stroke. So only my right side of me worked, and I remember another resentment I got. How could you dare leave half of me here? You know what I mean? And, why would you even leave me here? And I remember my parents talking to the doctors, and they say, yeah, he'd get waist up or waist down in 3 to 5 years. And, by all means, 6, 7 months, I got all my functions back. And, of course, I took credit for that. You know what I mean? And, I remember they had me on all kinds of psych meds and pain pills and everything. And I just didn't like how they made me feel. And my homeboys were like, we could sell that and make some good money. I was like, run it, And, I ended up getting a DUI. And, it just kept getting worse, worse and worse. And a year later, my dad had a heart attack in his sleep, and I found him, and that was it for me. You know what I mean? And I really was pissed at God. You know what I mean? Like, how could you let him go? Why not me? I'm the black sheep of the family. You know what I mean? He's such a good man. Why would you take him? And I remember I was drinking and using whatever I could get my hands on. And, one of my older homeboys was like, I know what'll do it for you. And, he introduced me to heroin, and I remember I was like, man, I don't like needles. And he said, man, I got you, you know. And I remember he squirted in my nose, and I remember throwing up, and 10 minutes later, that was it. I had my spiritual experience.
Yeah.
You know? I had my spiritual experience, the first one that I could recall, and it did what it was supposed to do. And I kept chasing that feeling, you know. You know, long story short, man, it kept getting worse and worse, you know. I ended up going to jail when I was 18. Actually, I went to juvie for a few days. I lied, and I used my little brother's name. And, you know, they caught on real quick. And, you know, here I was. You know, I'm going to the main jail and scared as hell, man. Because, you know, now I'm feeling the detox because I've never missed a beat. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm dope sick, and I don't know it, you know. And I remember landing in jail, and I tripled myself, man. And what that means is I threw up everything all at once. Like, all my fluids went out. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with me? And I thought I was going to die. And I don't know, you know, I know now that God kept doing for me what I couldn't do for myself, you know.
That's right.
You know, I didn't know he had a plan for me. And, you know, I got out of jail, and, you know, my mom did a geographical, and that was the first time I met Alcoholics Anonymous, you know. I was 19. You know, my PO ordered 90 days of recovery or jail, and I was like, yeah, we'll try that. And back then, I ended up in the low bottom indigent recovery house for men. And in those 90 days, man, you know, I started feeling better, right? You know, physically, you know, sober up real quick. 30, 60, 90 days, just don't drink or use, and all of a sudden I'm feeling good, you know, and the mind starts clearing up, and, you know, here I am, you know, I'm about to turn 20 years old, and I didn't even think I'd make it to age 18, so I was like, you know what, I might want to keep doing this, you know, and, you know, I got a sponsor because it was suggested, and, you know, took the steps because it was suggested, but I know now what happened, and, you know, I just didn't consider myself an alcoholic, you know, and I remember my sponsor telling me, like, well, whatever you think your problem is, and at that moment I picked weed, you know what I mean? Knowing heroin was the one that brought me to my knees, that was my reservation. Just don't touch heroin, you'll be okay. And I ended up getting 18 months sober, and I met her.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
treatment love,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and I thought I had it figured out. You know, I mean, she supposedly had more time than me, you know, a few years older. And I'm 21, about to turn 22, and I'm sober, you guys. And, you know, I'm clear today that sobriety is not enough for a doping alcoholic like me, you know, but I needed to find that out. And, you know, long story short, I ended up marrying her after the third time she asked me, and,
Oh, damn.
you know, found out 6 months later that she was on meth, and she hit it really well. And I don't know about you guys, but I see red flags and I paint them green, you know. And you know, at this point, I love chaos. You know what I mean? I don't feel normal unless I'm in chaos, and I thrive. You know what I mean? The more pressure, the more you know, the more I excel. You know what I mean? And I don't know, that didn't work out. You know, the relationship I know now was with my stepson. You know what I mean? I started helping her raise him since I was 2, and you know, hopefully I get some minutes to get to that part. But you know, we get divorced, a couple more toxic relationships, and you know, my last one, like I said, red flags, right? 5 kids, 3 different dads, you know, run it. And 2 years into that, you know, she didn't need me no more, and you know, I'm in my late 30s, and you know, the last bridge I have to burn is my mom. You know, I love that lady. You know, and so she experienced a meth psychosis, you know, for 7 days, and you know, I'm accusing her letting my ex have sex in the room across the hall, and I'm peeking under the door, right? And
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I hear her,
Yes.
I can
you know, and then 3 days later, I kick the door down, and nobody's in there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yep.
something's wrong.
They got out the window.
Yeah.
And you know, thank God. You know, at this point, my mom was Christian, so I thought that's what I need. I need Jesus. You know, and it did. It worked for like 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got sober, doing good. Somebody gave me a car from church. I'm working, and 2 guys I used to get high with called me, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we need a ride." And I thought, "Oh, here it is. I can help somebody else get sober." And that was my plans, right? I'll take them to the church too, and they both can get sober. And long story short, I end up losing the car, go in for 60 days, and I'm sitting on the bed at my mom's house, and I'm like, how dare you, God? I've been praising you for 6 months, and you let this happen? And the thought came, we know what to take care of that, and that's heroin. And see, that was my reservation, you know. And I don't know, man, I'm a dope fiend. I don't sit on the front porch, wait for somebody to get me high, you know what I mean? I go get mine, and it took like half an hour, man, and it did what it was supposed to do. Oh, yeah. And man, it got really bad. It took 2 months. My mom finally cut the umbilical cord, and she said, I can't help you no more. And my heroin connect invited me to move in his car, and I thought, here it is, freedom. You know what I mean? I don't got to worry about anybody else, right? No hers, no. I'm not going to hurt anybody. And long story short, you guys, 5 years, you know what I mean? You know, there's a story in here about a guy that endured 2 years, you know, that the mind and the body are marvelous mechanisms, right? And for me, it was 5 years, you know what I mean? You know, I got another opportunity to get sober early March 2019, and Medi-Cal paid for mine, 6-month treatment, and I knew I was going to stick that needle in my neck again, you know, because that's all I knew. And what happened for me this time is that, you know, I heard a man share his message, and, you know, the big book talks about frothy emotional seldom suffices, that a message that can hit a real alcoholic addict and myself must have depth and weight. And, you know, he talked about a freedom, you guys, you know, not the fancy car, the trophy wife, none of that, right? He talked about a freedom, and he said, you don't ever have to drink and use no matter what, even when you want to. And I was like, nah, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I asked this man for help, and he said, I'll try, you know. And he said, my job is to outline the program of action for you. It's in the 164 pages of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, 8 pages of the doctor's opinion, because it's a self-diagnosed process. You know what I mean? People told me for years, there's something wrong with your drinking, right? Mm-hmm. You should probably stop using drugs. But see, I don't know. For me to admit that I'm powerless over alcohol or any mind-altering substance, 2-part, right? And that my life's unmanageable, it's hard for a dope fiend like me to do. You know what I mean? Alcohol and heroin give me power. Yeah. My mind tells me my life's manageable, right? But I'm sucked up, malnourished, right? 135 pounds. I haven't showered in 2 years, right?
2 years.
Right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm checking into treatment with, like, shaved keys. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? 9 EBT cards, that ain't mine. And, I mean, I remember I had a moment where I was like, I've taken a bird bath for, like, 3-4 days, and I look, and there's a shower. I'm like, fuck. Really? You know, I mean, I'm in a comfortable bed for a whole week, and my mind's telling me the backyard's more comfortable. You know, I don't know where your alcohol or drugs take you, but it takes me to the gates of insanity, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nothing but an act of providence is what's helped me this time, you know. Through this 12-step process, you know, I'm going to open up the book, because chapter 4 is where the solution's at. And it asks 2 questions, and I'm going to ask you guys, maybe you guys can identify or not. It says, if and when honestly you want to, you find you cannot quit entirely, or if when you drinking and using drugs, you have a little control over the amount you take, you're probably an alcoholic or an addict. If that be the case, you may be suffering from an illness which only spiritual experience will conquer. And it goes to say on the next page, lack of power, that was our dilemma. We had to find a power by which we could live, and it had to be a power greater than ourselves, obviously. But where and how are we to find this power? Well, that's exactly what this book is about. Its main objective is to enable you to find a power greater than yourself that will solve your problem. And it has. You know, it's solved that drink problem, that, you know what I mean, that sticking that needle in my neck problem. And see, what happened for me, you guys, was at that 6-month mark, God showed up, right? In 2 weeks, you know, I was able to get a car for $500, right? Driver's license and all this shit. And I remember going to my meeting, and I'm saying, man, I'll park in the parking lot here, take bird baths in this restroom, and stay sober if I have to. And you know, one of the old timers pulled me aside, and he said, "You have a God, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, why don't you pray specifically?" And he said, "I said, I don't want to be homeless, and I want to help others." And from that point on, I became a house manager. You know, I wasn't employable for the first few years, and 2.5 years into it, you know, I started working in treatment. I finally got a legit job, right, with 401k and all this shit that I had no clue about, and on payroll, you know, and for 3 years, you know what I mean? And I just stopped working in treatment about 3 years ago. You know, things didn't work out, but you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I remember I gave my mom my 5-year chip, and she said, "Are you still with those people?" I said, "Yeah, why, Mom?" She said, "Will you thank them for me?
Nice.
They brought me a son back." You know, I have true, solid friends. You know, I have brothers and sisters that I trudge with today. You know, today I get to live a meaningful life with a purpose. And you know, that third step prayer, man. I signed a contract with my higher power. You know, I turned my will and my life over to Him, because at this point I didn't want to live anymore. And the Bible talks about we straighten out spiritually, mentally, and physically. And I'll tell you what, man. April, I'll be 47, and March 28th, if I'm willing, right? 6 years sober, man.
That a boy.
From the hopeless, homeless, dope fiend that I was almost 6 years ago to the man I get to be today, it's night and day, you know? So if you can relate to anything I've shared for, we do recover, you know? And thank God for treatment that led me into the rooms, that brought me to the fellowship that I get to grave to, and that's Cocaine Anonymous. So with that, you know, thank you guys for letting me come share my experience, strength, and hope, man. And, you know, my hopes for you guys is that you too can recover. That's all I got. Thank you.
Wow.
Amazing.
Really good.
Wait, we're close
Really
to
good.
birthdays. God willing, I'll turn crazy, actually. 12, March 24th.
That's right.
Yes, my house is at watching right now, so shout out to, that's like weird to say. I just got a picture, so shout out to Trina, Miss Trina. They're at the house watching the meeting, which is kind of wild. But that's another testament of like the promises, because I shouldn't be in this seat, but here we are. Doing the
Man,
thing.
bro, I could have, you could have kept going.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when somebody is speaking recovery, like, it just hits the heart, right? You know, and, like, God was speaking through you, man. You know, and I was just, I was there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because even though you didn't go into your drug-a-log in any way, shape, or form, I knew exactly how you felt. I've been in that same state of mind. And
I think that's what's like crazy, is that when we enter the rooms, like we think that we're the only one, but when you hear everyone's story, we've all felt the same way, where we're like absolutely miserable. We've ruined our lives and like ran it into the ground and want to literally take our own life.
Burned every bridge
totally.
that we...
Like, we're not these special unicorns. Everybody feels that pain and gets it.
It talks about in the Narcotics Anonymous book, because that's my book, right? That you know, about being too hip, slick, and cool, right?
We
We
ain't.
ain't. So to see the humility
Yeah.
and the humbleness that spoke through you today, man, I was having a good time.
So,
I
And
could
then-
just, you
yeah,
know,
that's
you know
good.
what I'm saying?
yeah, I get, for sure. I mean, I'm
I mean,
all
even
about it.
Shane was into it,
Totally.
you know?
Totally.
And he
So-
always appears when we seek him. And he's always there ready.
And I want to kind of reiterate what you said, because, you know, I want to make sure everybody heard what you said. A guy said to you, an old timer said to you, pray for something specific.
Yeah,
Like,
ask.
Ask.
God,
Ask
please keep
God.
me sober today. Like something like, I think coming from our podcast today, like people have this misconception where it's like we shouldn't pray for certain things, right? Like it sometimes feels bad to pray for something. Not when you're at day one, not when you're miserable and you like wrecked your life. Like, God, help me. I'm struggling. I'm in pain. Can you please get me through this day?
So I'll share this with you guys, right? What's been revealed to me lately, because this past year, they asked me to go speak everywhere. It's a trip, right?
Yeah.
And the footprints, right? I don't know if you guys know about
Yeah.
the footprints still.
Love it.
As a kid, there's 3-4 places in the house. And I remember reading that and had no clue, but it was in my mind, right? And after this process, I realized, man, that's my whole life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My whole life. I remember, you know, thinking, God, where were you when I really needed you, right? Those foxhole prayers, right? I'll never do this again if you just keep me out of jail, right? You know what I mean? I got 5250, right? Don't tell Orange County you're gonna nuke, and don't tell the cops you're gonna nuke Orange County. They'll hold you longer. They will hold you longer. And I mean, man, the Bible talks about deaths, institutions.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Jails.
And
Jails,
that's it.
institutions, and
That's where
death.
we go.
And
Period.
I've experienced all that. I remember the last time I got Narcan, and the guy said, "Bro, you were dead." And my first thought was, "But I was there." That's when I realized, damn, I'm suicidal. I don't even know it.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I
seriously.
mean? So
Right. You know, you're a miracle, bro. You also were shot in the head.
I know.
Like, let's not
Yeah.
let's not forget about that.
Yeah.
Fucking miracle, dude.
yeah, thank God it was a bird shot or whatever they call
Yeah.
it. But I mean,
Shotgun.
shotgun. That's why I have the scar right here.
Yeah.
Like that movie Face Off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put my face on. Yeah. I told myself that
Yeah.
movie was about
Got a
me.
gnarly scar. I was wondering what it was from when you
I was
came
gonna
in.
ask. I was gonna ask for sure.
Of course,
Yeah, of course you were.
You know, I saw it right away. I knew
Yeah.
there was a story.
And you'd say,
And you wanted to
would,
wait.
You would ask like super
I wanted to wait.
inappropriately too.
Yeah, I would have.
And yeah,
That's how Shane rolls.
yeah, I know.
Look at all these hands we have up. 'Cause,
Wow.
man, you know, it's like, bro, your story was.
A lot of praise in the chat group too. Here, loving them.
You know, and I can see why. I can see why you're being asked to speak a lot.
Yeah.
You're spitting recovery.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to get you back on the full podcast.
Oh, yeah.
'cause,
100%.
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yep, 100%.
100%.
And congratulations for
Thank you.
Yeah.
just making it into the rooms. Really,
See, I used to say if God's willing, right? No, God's always willing.
he's always totally.
I gotta be
yeah.
willing, right? So I'll share this with you guys because I mean I could take you guys hostage. The daily reprieve, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It talks about reprieve. Look up reprieve,
Yeah.
right? This illness is just getting pushed aside.
For sure.
It's a progressive illness. As I'm talking to you guys,
It's
getting-
progressive.
It's working.
It's
It's like I
progressive.
always
so,
say.
so
Yeah.
I
yes.
better work a program that's, you know what I
Countering.
mean? Countering it. You know?
You got to put your armor on because that bitch is working out 24/7, ready
So
to take me out.
It's all we get too, man. We
Yeah.
just get a daily.
So the
reprieve.
promise of this is happy, joyous, and free.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
That's the goal.
I get to be today. Despite all the outside shit, like, you know what I mean? I'm free from the inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, we got one
Peace.
promise in Narcotics Anonymous, and it's freedom from active addiction.
Yeah.
And with freedom from active addiction comes everything else that you could ever imagine in your life. Everything beautiful, everything. I mean, everything becomes beautiful to me because, like, pain is beautiful. Like, suffering is beautiful. Joy, laughter, hope, it's all beautiful.
Yeah.
The only thing that's really not beautiful is fear, right? But
a lie.
we can face everything and recover because that's what fear really stands for. It's a little acronym: face everything and recover, right?
I used to say F everything and
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
fuck.
for
That's
sure.
what we
That's
all
what we
said.
all
And that's
did.
why we're all.
Yeah, that's why we're all. Yeah, that's why we all made a seat.
Who do we got up there? We got Mariela Rivera. Is she a real person?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're always scared, guys, because
I know it pops off in this
Didn't we have
meeting.
Mariella last week?
Okay,
Yeah.
there she is. There
Okay, yes, girl, you're real.
All right.
Oh, I was shaking just to push the hand button. I've talked to you guys prior before. It just caught my attention a lot because I just keep I'm chasing that. I love that it's the sober high, that sober chase. That's amazing. Like I love it when you're sober. Like I started being sober December 7th. Then I relapsed in alcohol for like a day, 2 days. Then I'm just went back to just being sober again. And I keep chasing it. And I keep saying, like, I have had a spiritual awakening. I literally almost died last year. I put myself in a rehab in Mexico where they don't let you out and you cold turkey it. And I was pretty mad cold turkeying it where I was there. Like he said, they said, you were dead. But I was there. I mean, I remember they gave me a shot in the shoulder that made me just gasp for air because I was already seizing. They said I was dead, but I was there. And to me, that was it. It's going, 7 years an active alcohol addiction, drinking already about 1,500 mLs of straight vodka a day. And I don't know. I just thought what he said today when he said, what was his problem? Like, you said, like heroin was like, you just, it wasn't your main, I mean, it was your main thing, but you were just pushing it. Like, as long as you don't touch it, that's just what, like, that's not the main thing. But if I think about it, I'm the problem of everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, as long as I don't touch alcohol, then that I'm fine as long as I don't touch it. But then the doctors put you on all these medications, right? And then they put me on Adderall, they put me on this. In reality, when one thing is gone, I run and go chase other things. So I'm stuck in finding out, where am I going? What am I doing? I'm really not sober because there's still stimulants in my mind, and I'm the problem. With any kind of thing like that, I don't know what to do, and I hate AA, but I never tried AA. And you really gave me, like, I don't know what it was. You just hit me like, you know what? That's the promise. Like, I'm gonna go chase that. I'm chasing it so bad. I've been chasing it for years. Keep relapsing. That's my answer. It was like, I've heard it so many times, but the way you said it, just the way spiritually, the way you said it, the way you came across, it's just made me really feel like I'm gonna find my answer there, because I've hit the most I can hit. I've been in the bathroom where I'm like, the shower is right there, but it's more comfortable to shower in the sink. Like, it's been all that, and it's like, what do I do? Where's my answer at? But I really don't. I'm like everywhere, as you can tell. I don't even know what to say because there's so much in my mind right now. I really love, like, this podcast. It's like one of the most. It's like one of the only podcasts I actually enjoy hearing. But I just want to thank you. Like, you really hit me with that AA.
Love that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Love that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And like, if anybody you know, has a bad taste about the 12-step programs, any of them in general, listen to this guy, because he is the epitome of what Alcoholics Anonymous does in people's lives. I mean, he does Cocaine Anonymous, but
They're all like very similar.
they're all the same. He's
And you
got
have-
Alcoholics Anonymous book right there in front of him.
Yeah, exactly.
We work out of that.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, anybody that has like a bad taste in their mouth from it, it's usually because of humans. Like, we're the problem. Like, we're the issue. If you really stick to like what the suggestions are and follow those, then
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, the book is it's a spiritual, not religious program known as Alcoholics Anonymous. Who do we got up? Matt. Matt's another miracle.
Yeah, he is.
What's up, family? I'm Matt, and grateful, recovering addict, and definite miracle that I'm walking on this planet today. Man, that was definitely a real powerful share, my dude. Like, I relate to everything you said. Not pretty much everything. I relate to everything you said. And the power that's inside a book that is about 100 years old right now is absolutely crazy. You know, and the fact that like the entire population could benefit from reading that book,
Totally agree.
and practicing that is, man, there's gems all throughout that for every single situation you come across in life. And it's really just like a perfect guide for living life.
Totally.
It really is. And man, I don't know. Recovery is a beautiful thing, man. Recovery is a beautiful, beautiful thing. This podcast is super dope. Love everything about it. So glad I had the blessing to come here. So glad I have the blessing of having all of you as part of my daily recovery life. And And that's all I got, man.
We love you,
Just,
Matt.
Thanks,
please,
Matt. Love you,
love you
buddy.
guys too. Hey, just real quick, man. Anybody that's new in this, and what was her name? The girl who just talked, Mariella.
Mariella.
Mariella, please, please, girl, go do what you got to do. Don't give up. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, you're not starting over when you fall. You're just picking back up where you left off. And just keep on pushing to the finish line. You can definitely do it, man.
For sure.
Never, ever, ever give up on you. That's all I got, guys. Love you.
Love you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
I look forward to your messages in the
You
morning,
know
Matt.
what's awesome is we get to have 2 birthdays, and your sobriety date is my belly button birthday. That's a trip.
Oh,
Keep
Coach Kristen, what's popping?
I know. That's her theme song.
Uh-huh.
For sure.
Hella echoey in here again.
Oh, yeah, it is. It sounds like you're in the bathroom, girl.
Yo, no, they said you can't have your phone, but you can have it in the treatment room. I said,
Well, there you go.
but you know, now I'm thinking that I'm in the bathroom. It's funny as fuck now. I can't.
Sorry. You know, I'm just sometimes.
It's alright. Yo, I appreciate your share, and I'm also, I'm hella thankful I can be here, because, like, I don't know how they let me be here, but the program director is like, as long as you don't text, as long as you don't get on emails, all that stuff, like, don't take advantage. Like, I'm giving you this opportunity. I don't do that. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a blessing to be here. And you was talking about all this stuff, and it all comes down to, like, God has a plan for your life, you know? And it's crazy because, like, I grew up in the church too, and it was like, nah, like, I was jaded by people in the church, right? And that's why I hated AA, because I was jaded by all that people. And I was like, but all this actually will help, right? And it's like, once you finally go to God, and once you finally pray for something specific, like, keep me sober because I can't fucking do this by myself. Like, it's weird once you finally, it's like, oh, let me stop being so stubborn, you know? It's like, damn, let me just put down my walls, which is going to take forever. But it's like, it's my second time relapsing, and this is going to be my last time, you know? Because, like, those times I try to get sober, it's like white knuckling all that shit. And, like, being here, this is my, like, first time in treatment too, right? And so it's like, being here gave me a whole new perspective. And it's so funny because I wasn't going to get on the meeting tonight because I had a one-on-one session. I had to talk with the, like, psychiatrist. I had to do all this shit. It was a fucking long-ass day. And yesterday, I had to tackle a bitch because he was trying to beat up our fucking yoga instructor. He was on the wrong unit. It's fine. But it was bad. But then I was like, damn, like, I'm so thankful I got on because I've been praying so much for just guidance and, like, God, do you hear me? And this just shows, like, God hears me and God has a plan for my life and for everybody's life. So I just want to thank you for sharing your story because it was hella dope, and super thankful to be here tonight.
Awesome.
And 18 days sober today.
Yeah.
Got it, baby.
There
Yes.
you go. There you go.
Get it, Kristen.
Thanks, man. I
Right
appreciate
on.
it.
Thanks.
Is that Joe B right there?
Joe B.
No.
Yeah, it
How
is.
do you sneak up on us? He's wearing a hat.
He wears
What's
a
the
hat all the time.
Does he? All right.
Shout out to Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Every second of every day, I wear a hat, Shane.
Yeah, I know. But that's Shane. He doesn't remember 2 minutes ago.
It's all good. It's all good. What's going on, guys?
Living the dream.
Joe, yes, you are. That's awesome. I love seeing that. Joe, I'm an alcoholic. I'm an addict. All around shit
hey,
show. How you guys doing? Marco, I think your name is right.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for your qualification, but I love the spirituality aspect of your share. I don't hear that enough for some reason. It's funny, I'm sitting at a desk, right? And this desk is where it's really not a desk, a kitchen table. But I'm sitting here, and I remember this is where I used to turn 1,000 grams into 1,500. Right? This was my life. Bag it, weigh it, get it out there. And that's only because I had so many resentments with God. I wasn't worried about going to hell. I was living in it. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't care. All of a sudden, when I had no other option, I got sober, and it was beautiful. Now my desk is, Bible, blue book, inventory book, step work book, footprints. You mentioned footprints. I can't believe you did that. Bible exercises. It's crazy, right? All the shit I'm going through. What a major change. And I love it. But I still occasionally have that resentment with God, because, I hear all the time, God wouldn't give you more than you could handle. Right? So, and I always associated that with the difficulties in life. Always said, all right, he's putting me through pain. Why? Well, the second verse of the Serenity Prayer, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace. He's leaving me with money, but not the money I want. Not the relationships I want. Not all these things that I want. He's giving me the things I don't want. And so, when you sit like that, you could really develop a tremendous resentment with him. So once I learned to accept that and go at his pace, now I'm sitting here thinking, well, what about all the things I do want? How come I don't have all the things I do want? And I had to look at that same phrase. God won't give you more than you can handle. Maybe I can't handle all those things yet. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why I'm sitting in this spot. It's almost like sobriety purgatory. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. Because
That's a good one.
I'm not going backwards. I'm failing, but I'm failing in the right direction.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it's just, it's I want everything when I want it instantly, and that never worked out for me. So I just continue to work, knowing I'm doing the right thing. There's really no regrets when I know I'm doing the right thing. And, it's just, you develop patience, which is pretty dope. And, that's why I keep coming, man. I'm so happy I got this. And I got it. Like, I got it. I don't plan on ever giving it up. So, having said that, I'm just going to, keep listening, learning, let go of the wheel. Sometimes I take control of the wheel, and I tell God, I got the wheel, just take care of the car payment. But for the most of the time, he's got the wheel for me. And it's nothing but peace when I do that, when I know I'm doing the right thing. So thanks for letting me share, guys.
Thanks.
We love you, Joe.
For sure.
Hey, Joe, just a quick one. What if he's trying to teach you or show you changing it to what you actually do have or grateful for right now in this current moment? Roof over your
100%.
head.
I said that too. All the foxhole prayers you were saying, he answered every single one of them, just not then. Now, these are the answered prayers. It takes a minute for them to be answered. But I just got to shift it sometimes. That's all. But you're right. You're 100% right.
I love our little messages, our little verses back and forth. You got it.
Oh, they're so dope. Now I'm a big fan of Luke.
I know,
Luke's
right?
my guy now.
I know.
Luke's my guy now.
Axe blows your mind, huh? It blew mine.
Yeah.
I wanted to give
dope.
you guys
really
a tiny little food for thought, and also want to give a shout out to the cutest bunny I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Donna. My girl's here?
Yep.
I love you, Donna.
I wanted to leave you guys with this food for thought that because we oftentimes you hear that God won't give us more than we can handle. I'm not sure that I believe that. I heard this, and I just want you guys to think on it. God will give you more than you can handle because he wants you to rely on him to get through that.
Oh, yeah.
So just some food for thought.
And his timing is always perfect because if you really think about it, I have no patience either, but I wrote down what I'm doing at this very moment over a decade ago. So if he could have hurried up then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like his timing is perfect. If I got what I got right now 10 years ago, shit, I'd blow that shit in the ground too. Victor.
What's up, guys? Victor, recovering addict. I identify as an equal opportunist, though. I mean, everything that'll get me out of my.
Me too.
Fire, share, Marco. That was off the cadena, carnal, off the chain. Related to, I mean, everything, man. And that's the cool part is I've learned to not necessarily listen to like what the substance is or anything like that is, because then I find myself comparing myself. But just the trials, the tribulations, and then the success, right? And it's badass, man. I just liked any and everything that you said, man. I can't even like pick one part to like be happy about, because I'm just grateful for the whole thing. I could have listened to you share for the whole hour. I like how you said you just pray before you share. I've shared my story a couple of times in my brick and mortar meetings, and I don't prepare for it. I just kind of, let whatever comes out come out, and I've found that works the best. And I just want to give a shout out to Joe and Chad, because they just like made me look at both sides of the coin. God won't give me more than I can handle, and sometimes I'm wanting a lot, but then I have to look at that other side, and he'll give me more than I can handle. That way I learn to rely on him. So grateful for everything. And I just want to, I guess, close with 2 years and 2 days.
That's right.
Boy.
Oh man,
Atta boy.
congratulations, my friend.
Yes.
Good,
that's
good job,
amazing.
Victor.
You woke up Julian. He's pumping his fist.
Julian,
At one point,
did Julian get up out of bed?
No, at one point Julian was knocked
Julian
the
was-
fuck out. Though. Did you see him, Emily?
It's-
he was like, if he had his, we should have unmuted him.
He's
for
on
a
the
second.
East Coast, though. Give
like,
my guy
bro,
a break.
dude
You
was-
showing up, Julian. Don't let him be like that.
Dude
I
was-
got you, dog.
Dude was snoring, but he woke up for that,
That's right.
fist pumping and all.
Happy birthday, Victor.
Thanks for showing up
Yeah,
all
guys,
the time.
thank you for everything. I really enjoy the group chat as well. Chuck, man, you dropped some bombs in there, bro, and I'm grateful to know you. And I guess that's another thing, right? I would have never thought that my wife would have been happy that I got introduced to a bunch of addicts, right? But we're
Right.
addicts that are trying to do something about our problems. So thank you guys. She's glad that I know you guys. So I'll close with that.
Thanks, Victor.
That's right.
That's
Happy birthday,
amazing.
bro.
Chuck,
Love that.
Chuck, how come we don't really do it anymore?
Because it's crazy.
Zamzam.
There we go.
Chuck,
There
don't
you
start
go.
him. Don't
Chuck.
do it,
How you doing,
Chuck.
buddy? Good
Don't
to see you,
feed
man.
him. Don't feed him, Chuck.
I love you,
it's
Chuck.
quite possible
I love you,
that,
Chuck.
like, you're the most famous guy on the set because we call you out all the time.
Yeah.
Zamzo. All right, go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You guys are nuts, man.
Yep.
You guys are nuts.
Uh-huh.
Marco, I wanted to say, man, I'm an alcoholic. My name's Chuck. Grateful I woke up today instead of coming to. And Marco, I really, really, really enjoyed that share. I love how you went into the doctor's opinion, Dr. Silkworth, and all the people that were involved in that. I was reading out of the Daily Reflections today, and it was called, it was out of the page 25, that there is nothing left for us but to pick up the simple kit of spiritual tools laid at our feet. And I tell you what, I was mad at God too for the longest time. I had the biggest resentment towards whatever it is. But as a couple old timers that I call the old goats at the meetings I go to, those gentlemen, especially Ed, my first sponsor, said, just whatever it is, pick whatever it is and let it work. And it'll take me where I got to go. And God has been given to me more than I could. I don't know how to explain. I got everything I need, but not everything I want. And I really don't care what I want anymore. I don't. Those wants are gone right now. I got a lot of things that have been put in place where they're going. And I get emotional too about this program because I get excited when I get around people that have the same the same thing going on, and this like minds in the whole room. And I understand how Natalie feels when I seen some of the things going on. I get it, man. I feel the same way a lot of times because it's like shit. Like, this is amazing. How the fuck did I get here? How did I get there? And then God's doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big religious guy, but I'll tell you all right now, I know something has a plan, and it's I've been following it. I've been following it a lot, and helping others that are coming in from the area here where I live at in Illinois. You know, we got a local place that has it's a halfway house. Everybody's coming in every week, and I told them all the other day at the meeting, I'm grateful you all are here because it's given me a chance to give back what's been given to me, and you know, be the best copy of the big book that I can be.
That's right.
You know, that's what it's about, man. It's about carrying a message, not judging anybody walking in the door, because I was the same way when I walked in the door. And I don't know everything. I still don't know everything. And I'm continually being the student. And when the teacher's ready, you know, or the student's ready, the teacher will appear. I'm sorry. I've heard that from my buddy Bob a lot. And when that time is ready, you know, just like my sponsee, he gave me a copy of the NA book because I wanted a copy of it because I've never read it before. And Why We Are Here is the chapter I really like out of that book.
Yeah.
And I've read it a couple times lately. So a lot of good stuff said tonight, guys. That's all I got.
We love you, Chuck.
Before coming to the Fellowship of NA, we could not manage our own lives.
Clearly, because we
lived
in.
You know? Oh, hey, Von Lewis.
Yeah.
Hell
Von
yeah.
Lewis.
Let's double check. Von.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Von? There he is.
Oh, he's real.
He's real.
Okay. I mean, we get a little worried, Vaughn, because we had some, what would you call it, like unscrupulous stuff?
Pornography?
Yeah.
Pop up on our meeting a couple times.
You never know. Recover Out Loud shit pops off up here.
Yeah.
It'd be getting crazy on Zoom sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name's Vaughn. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic, addict, and all-around garbage can. If it's not good for you or bad for you, I love it and way too much of it. Marco, brother, that was powerful. I resonated so hard with that. Just from the God thing to the resentments and family. It was the first time I've heard someone put it exactly as I feel and exactly as I went through it in my eyes. So thank you so much for that. I needed to hear that. And I was jaded by people in this program for quite a while. And then I just have to realize it's the principles, not the personalities, that keep me coming back and keep me sober in this program.
Yep.
I mean, every single place I go, there's people that don't like me or I'm not going to agree with. It's great if we get along, but I'm not in this program to make friends. I'm in it to save my life because I don't have a going back out. It's just not an option for me. I either stick with it or I die. So when I want to let personalities cloud my better judgment, I have to remember that I'm not going to let that person push me out and take my seat and let it affect me. Right. So I'm really, really grateful to have found this platform and to find you guys. And there's always something so amazing and so profound and so absolutely incredible to hear on these meetings that it's priceless to me. I'm just incredibly, eternally grateful for you guys. Got 6.5 months. So amazing. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing it. Don't have a sponsor right now, though. So I'm not working the best program that I can. So I really need to start getting back out there and really just start going back to in-person meetings and, San Juan and Dana Point. And
oh, you're local.
You're
bro?
local?
Yeah, I'm from Hawaii, but I grew up in San Juan, right off of Ale Paz and Del Obispo.
Bro, come to our meeting on Friday.
We're sitting. Yeah, we have a huge meeting this Friday night, bro.
Yep.
Right here in San Juan.
Yeah. Roll through.
We're sitting in San. We'll. Can you send him the flyer
or put the
flyer
in the chat.
In the chat. Sorry, Emily.
Yeah, I was just in San Juan earlier today running some errands and stuff. So yeah, I'm local.
Oh my gosh.
We're right off of Camino Cap and Aeropuerto, behind kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, I used to work at the Canine City that down there.
Oh yeah, so you know exactly where we're at. We're right there. We'll
all right, cool. definitely be there Friday for sure.
Yep.
Cool.
Friday,
It's gonna
6
be
p.m.
really good. We got two cool speakers. We got
My house is coming.
Frank Parisi, who is sober and got a 19-year-old lady's heart in his chest.
Yeah, he does.
His story is insane.
It's insane.
It's
and then we have Renee Graziano from the Mob Wives.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow. I will be there for sure.
Yeah.
Excited, man.
And food.
Awesome.
And snacks.
And food
drinks,
and snacks and
people.
Yep.
And love.
Love.
Awesome.
See you then.
See you Friday.
Kimberly.
Oh, I am so grateful to be here today. Dude, your share had so many tentacles reaching out and touching and holding on and grabbing on. It's like I could feel your excitement for the spiritual components of connecting to the higher power. Because otherwise, if we don't have that connection, at least I know for me, I'm not going to hold on to anything, because then this shit show between my ears goes freaking nuts. And for this, I was with my sponsee. We're working in the fourth. I'm taking her through the fourth step, and it's like I've always, understood I have an absolute unconscious contact with my higher power. And in this moment, while we're going through the fourth step and giving her the instructions that she needs to get to her columns, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, listening to my sponsor's questions, how do you bring your higher power into that moment when my body starts reacting to the memories and wanting to choke me? And I realize it's pause. And I pick up the phone and I call another human being, because then my higher power is now speaking to me the words through that other human into me. And so you were talking about sitting there and not really thinking, just letting your higher power speak through you. Absolutely. That's the higher power speaking through you to me, through me back to you. And I totally believe in that connection. And that's how I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I get conscious contact. It just comes my way. And I'm not even looking for it. It just happens. And it's like, it was just one of those amazing gifts of realization of, oh, that is conscious contact. It's that unexplained feeling or words that come from somewhere to give me exactly what I need in that moment to get through. So that's what I appreciate being here, and I love you guys. And oh my God, Frank Parisi, phenomenal.
Dude.
I wish I was
right. So you've heard him. Good. Oh man. His podcast will drop Thursday, right? Thursday night. Yeah. He was here, did a full podcast. I mean, unbelievable. So Shane just went straight at him, dude, crying from get-go. It was incredible.
Yeah, it really was amazing.
On my so I can go and hit the podcast on the TV now.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I want to give things another try, what book should I start? What book did he say today that changed your life when you were in prison?
What
book changed your life? Napoleon Hill?
Yeah, A Master Key to Riches. Or Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich is your next book. Hey, Jesse.
Jesse. Well, let's hope Jesse is Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay.
Sorry. I kind of forgot I raised my hand. You're going to have to excuse my toddler. We're playing cards right now.
That's right.
Just part of the promises coming through, right?
Yeah.
I'll make it quick. I just want to thank everyone for showing up, and thank you for having this meeting. Look.
Yeah, that's right.
Amazing.
Recovery starts.
Isn't it the best? He's throwing a fit because he wants my attention. Never thought this would happen. I was a heroin addict. And the life I live now, the things like him throwing cars that I think are big deals. I mean, meetings like this bring me back to reality. Like, I'm so grateful for him throwing a temper tantrum and getting on my nerves sometimes. I've been practicing a lot of gratitude and acceptance, and when I find myself asking for a lot, I need to remind myself, like, when I'm asking God for a lot, I need to remind myself that, what can I do for him? And that's been on my mind a lot. I missed a lot of your guys' shares and stuff, but I caught a lot of good stuff. So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. And if you're new, then it gets better. Yeah, I'll open it. It gets so much better. My life today is absolutely amazing. I definitely have hard days, but it gets so much better. And the whole AA thing, there are shitty meetings out there and there are good meetings. There are shitty people out there and there's great people. You just got to go out and look.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you guys.
Thank
you.
Jesse.
Have a great night, bro.
Kathy, bring us on home.
Kathy
Yeah.
D.
Hi, Kathy Alcoholic. You know what? Great share, and I so much congratulations to everybody for being here. Natalie, I'm so proud of you, and at the same time, I'm like, I'm so glad you're here tonight. And I'm going on day 11 since my dad passed, and Chad was talking about how God does give us will give you more than you can handle. And absolutely, because he wants you to grow, he wants you to lean in on him. And even though this has been hard because of the work that I've been doing, I'm doing better than I thought I would. And not a day has gone by where I wasn't reminded of beautiful things. And like this is my second sobriety date, 15 and a half years. Today's the 18th. Yesterday was 15 and a half years for me.
Nice.
Wow.
And
Awesome.
and it's just doing push-ups while you're out there, because I drank rum and Coke and 8.5 years sober. And then, like, I don't know, maybe a couple days I drank rum and Coke. I went straight tequila. Every day I was drinking not the half gallon, but the next one down of straight tequila. I mean, that is your disease, like just waiting for an opportunity. And I'm working on my boundaries. My brother, like this is the second week in a row while I'm on this Zoom that he's trying to call me. It's like, dude, I told you, I need a meeting. So, I mean, and then, Coach Kristen, that's awesome. Respect for doing the respect thing. So that, I mean, that you want it bad. And I find so much hope on this live. It's just amazing. I remember when I was new in sobriety, the Crown Valley group is my home group. And we would take meetings in on Saturdays to the recovery house. And I mean, I'm getting ready to do the huge move, and I'm already planning on, I'm going to be of service. The meetings hall is an 1/8 of a mile from where I'm going to be living. I'll be making the travel from Lancaster to come meet you guys.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So are we.
But thank you for keeping it over. Thank you,
Of
everybody,
course.
for being here. I love you so much.
We love
Thank
you
you.
too.
Love you, Kathy. Thank you.
All right, guys, it's that time.
Is it already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we are the only meeting that does
He says
this. So
that all the
everybody
time, and you know that
put
it's not
your
true.
cameras on. I have yet to find another meeting that does this.
If the Nem House is still on, I love you all, and I'm so happy you guys joined too.
All right, guys, cameras on, because we are actually the only meeting on the entire planet that dances out, and I like to see you all dancing, man. That's what we do around here.
Oh.
I have one question, though.
Oh, no.
What is that behind Joelle on the bed? Is that like a dead body wrapped up in a blanket? Or
what? Joel, don't listen to him. It's past 7, guys. Let's dance it on out. And
all right, guys, hands in the air. Everybody, hands in the air. Let's go. Let's go.
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
See you guys all next week.
Keep coming back.
Recording end.